Well, good afternoon, everybody. It's truly a pleasure to be here with you today. And hopefully I'll be able to plan your return to travel and introduce and rediscover the extraordinary worlds of Seabourn. So what I would like to do is really introduce our return to service, which we're very excited about, and also share with you some great opportunities for travel in 2022 and 2023. I want to start out with, though, at Seabourn, our highest priorities are compliance, environmental protection, and protecting the health, safety, and well-being of our guests, Seabourn team members, and the people in the destinations we visit. If you're interested in learning more about our health and safety protocols, I invite you to visit seabourn.com and you'll get a complete update on what the protocols are today. Just please note that it's still a very fluid situation, so I would constantly invite you to come back and revisit the website because there should be changes and updates daily. So I want to start out and share with you currently what the Seabourn fleet is and what other ships that are in the fleet. So currently we have 5 ships in the water. The Seabourn Odyssey, Sojourn, and Quest are 3 identical ships and sometimes referred to as the Odyssey class vessels. And they are a complement of 229 oceanfront suites, 90% with verandas. Then the Encore and the Ovation are a little bit larger, 300 oceanfront suites, but all 300 suites offer verandas. And then we're very excited that in December of 2021, we'll be taking delivery of our first specifically built expedition vessel, and it's called the Seabourn Venture. And as you can see, because it's built specifically for expedition, it is a little bit smaller. It's 132 oceanfront suites, all with verandas as well. And then in the latter part of 2022, we'll be taking delivery of the second expedition vessel yet to be named. So if I can just indulge you for a minute, I just wanted to sort of point out how we position the suites on board our ships. So on the Odyssey class ships, all of our suites are midship, right midship in the center of the vessel. Our premium suites are all the way forward, and all of our public rooms are aft. So all of the public rooms roll out onto the fantail to create a lot of indoor-outdoor type of entertainment. Now, this is a picture of the Encore and the Ovation, so the Encore class ships. So again, you can see it's a little bit larger. These are the 300 oceanfront suites. So basically, it's the same footprint, but there's one more passenger deck, so all suites. And on the aft, the public room would be the Grill by Thomas Keller. Because the ship is a little bit larger, we also host one more additional restaurant, a Japanese restaurant called Sushi. And then we have the retreat area, which offers 14 private cabanas. So what makes Seabourn a little bit different in the luxury set here? So I say it's our intimate ships. We have a very small, intimate atmosphere. It's very conducive for socializing. We attract a very like-minded guest, so you feel like you're traveling with friends. And as I say, it really creates a very private club atmosphere. And because of our size of our vessels, I feel that we organically are really just socially distancing. So one of the iconic features of Seabourn is our Seabourn Square. So in lieu of having a front desk or a purser's lobby, we offer Seabourn Square, also affectionately known as the living room of the ship. So on the left-hand side, you can see you would sit across the desk from a concierge and be able to conduct any type of purser business, like from converting currency to making arrangements for maybe a private car and driver in the next port of call. And then as you can see on the right-hand side, our most popular bar is in this area, the coffee bar with the barista. So everyone loves to come here and get their specialty coffees. So there's very comfortable sitting areas. All of our stores are in this area, our future cruise consultant. So this is a great gathering point to come and visit friends or family members that you're traveling with, and then sort of start your day. So again, or get a cup of coffee and go out onto the fantail, onto Seabourn Terrace, and just sort of watch the wake of the ship and the world go by. All of our accommodations, all of our suite accommodations, as I say, are oceanfront. And so on the left-hand side, you can see what our lead-in suite looks like. It's a 300 square foot interior space with a 65 square foot veranda. And then the bathrooms, again, as you can see, double vanity sinks, separate tub, separate shower, and all of the amenities are molten brown, with a complete line that molten brown designed exclusively for Seabourn. And then you go into the penthouse, and then you come into our signature and winter garden suites and our premium suites. And again, you can see these suites have a little bit more of a residential feel, and they are 1 bedroom, 1.5 bath, and they can convert into 2 bedroom, 2.5 bath accommodations for you. All dining venues are completely complimentary, so you dine when you want, where you want, and with whom you want. So the restaurant is our main dining venue, which is open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. And then the colonnade is a little bit more informal, again, open for all 3 meal services. But again, it rolls out onto the fantail. So especially when we're sailing in warm waters, clients love to go and sit out on the aft there on the colonnade and just look at where they're going to be visiting for that day and just take in the warm ocean breezes. And then we have the patio, which is out by the pool. This is open for lunch, and then it converts to earth and ocean in the evening for dining, informal dining under the stars. And then the grill is our specialty restaurant, and this is the grill by Thomas Keller. So Thomas Keller, the infamous 3-star Michelin rated chef, who's the owner of French Laundry up in Napa and also Per Se, New York. We have a Thomas Keller grill on every single one of our vessels, and it's completely complimentary. So where does Seabourn go? We go everywhere you want to be. So we touch all 7 continents. So we don't do a run back and forth, back and forth. We are basically circumnavigating the world according to the seasonality. So as I say, anywhere you would like to be, we should be able to accommodate that request. So I just wanted to share with you our return to service. So currently the 5 ships that are in the water, as you can see, the Odyssey and Quest are paused until the beginning of November of this year. And then the Ovation, Sojourn, and Encore are paused through July 3rd. So what Ryan was referring to when he was introducing me is that we are so excited that yesterday we actually announced our return to service. So we will start sailing on July 3rd of this summer, 2021, and we'll be going to Greece. So I just want to give you an update on this, and then we'll go into some further out itineraries as well. So the books are going to open on Monday, April 12th. And again, I encourage you to speak with your Bon Voyage advisor, and they can give you all the details. But our return to service is to Greece, and I can't imagine a better place for us to be returning to service. We've been sailing to Greece for over 30 years. And again, it's just a wonderful, amazing, beautiful place of the world to go. And again, if it's your first time to the Mediterranean, or if it's one of your favorite places to visit, these sailings will be full of new discoveries for everyone. So I really hope that you can join us this summer and feel the difference between being simply catered to and being truly cared for. So I wanted to share the itineraries. We're offering 2 different 7-day itineraries, which we call a butterfly rotation. So the first rotation that you can start off with, as I say, it starts in Athens, and then you will be calling on Agios Nikolaos, Crete. So this is a smaller port off the east side of Crete, and it's where the largest ships are actually docking in Heracleion. So it's not crowded. It's a charming beachside town, and it has museums and small galleries that you can wander in and out. So it'll be a pleasant stay. The next day is a day at sea. And then we're calling on Limassol, Cyprus, which offers UNESCO World Heritage Sites of painted churches. So there's a good amount of history, good architecture, cafes, as well as really nice beaches to visit. Then the next port would be Rhodes, which is a charming city, and it's a home, of course, to a lot of World Heritage Sites as well. It's steeped in both Greek and Ottoman history, and again, a very pleasant just stay there. And then Mykonos, a very cosmopolitan island. It's upscale, and I think we're all familiar with those cobblestone alleyways that you can just sort of wander through and just get lost in, and the whitewashed buildings. And this is actually going to be a late night departure for us. And then the last stop will be Napoleon. And again, this is a seaport town, and it's just a bigger version of the Plaka, I think, in Athens, but a lot more picturesque. So again, and then returning back to Athens. The second itinerary, again, starting in Athens, but then the first port of call is Patmos. And this is steeped in a lot of religious history. So this is where St. John is said to have written the book of Revelations. So again, you can do a lot of history here, a lot of culture, or again, you can just great swimming sites as well. Second day is at sea, and then we're going into Patmos. I'm sorry, I mentioned Patmos. And then we're going into Paphos and then Rhodes again, where we're going to be repeating. But again, so much opportunity in Rhodes that I think 2 days in a day in Rhodes will give you another opportunity to visit. And then Santorini, which is has great vistas, and you can climb up to the top and look down onto the harbor and see the Ovation just sitting in the water there. And then Sepsi, which is an affluent island. It has a lot of sophistication and elegant atmosphere with Venetian mansions. So it emits a real vintage aura there. So I'm sorry, what I sort of got a little ahead of myself there with Rhodes is that if you were to do the back-to-back, the 14-day itinerary, where you would be repeating Rhodes as port of call. That would be the only repeat port of call there for you. So, and as I said, Rhodes offers so much that I think you could spend 2 days in Rhodes and have two completely different type of experiences there. So again, we will continue with all of our special deck events. We'll do the movies under the star and the deck party while you're on board. And of course, as we say, Greece is really steeped in a lot of UNESCO World Heritage sites. So we will be offering shore experiences throughout UNESCO sites. And again, remember our unique partnership with UNESCO. For every UNESCO site that we sell a tour to, we give a contribution to UNESCO. And in return, UNESCO gives us special programming exclusively just for Seabourn guests. You will also be able to get off the ship and do your own private excursions if you would like to do that as well. We will also be offering our infamous Marina Day. So this is when we unfold the water sports platform off the back of the vessel. We could bring out all the water toys. And again, it's just a fun day and everybody really enjoys themselves. Of course, this is a tender port, so the tenders will still be running, so you still can go to shore if you choose to do that as well. So I know there's going to be lots and lots of questions. I'm going to go over this very quickly, but again, you can go to our website and get additional information, or go to your Bon Voyage travel advisor and they can give you more details. So as far as the pre-cruise arrival, we are requiring all guests to be completely vaccinated. You'll have to have proof of vaccination, as well as our crew members will be vaccinated. And then requirements to be that you need to complete before embarkation is you need to fill out the passenger located form for the Greek government. And so we will be providing transfers from the airport to the ship. And again, for the first time, we don't typically do this. We are going to be assigning boarding times to all of our guests. So again, depending on your arrival, so we will be spacing people out throughout the day. And then anybody under 18 is invited. They can certainly sail with us, but we're at this point in time, as we all know, vaccines are not available for under 18. Again, these guests, younger people are invited to come, but they will be required to take a PCR test at the pier prior to embarkation. And then the onboard experiences, we will be physical distancing, but again, I think, as I mentioned, organically, I think while we're on board the ship is spaced out. So I think that will just sort of happen automatically. We are requiring face masks to be worn indoors unless you're eating or drinking. And then outdoors, physically, physical distancing is not possible, again, face masks. And of course, we'll be enhancing our environmental sanitation. So for high touch surfaces, there'll constantly be cleaning points. And then we're going to be reducing a lot of the touch points. So limiting service. So again, no self-service in the colonnade. You'll be able to pick and choose what you want or order off of a menu. But again, our crew will be able to serve you as far as you, so you won't be touching any common utensils. We won't have menus. And again, as I say, we will constantly be increasing the hand sanitizers throughout the vessel. We've upgraded the HVAC system on board the ship. And of course, as you know, our medical personnel is always on the ship. And we're increasing the cleaning protocols in the suites, the dining areas, and the public areas. So as far as the dining venues in Seabourn Square, the Colonnade, the restaurant and the Grill by Thomas Keller, it can be all reduced capacity and the bars will be open, but again, changes will be taking place in both venues. And then the public spaces about the pool and the deck area, the spa and gym, fitness center, the grand salon and the club, those protocols are in place for us right now, but we continue to evolve as protocols evolve. So again, we think this will be a very fluid situation. And then at the end of your cruise, if a COVID test is required for you to board your flight home, or if you're continuing on to other areas throughout Europe, we will provide a complimentary COVID test for you. And again, we'll be supplying that transfer from the ship back to the airport terminal for you. So that is our return to service. So if you're interested and just anxious to get away this July all the way through October, please think of Seabourn. And then if you want to wait till further out, well, I just want to share with you some other opportunities that we have. So you can see most of our 2022 and 2023 is open, but I just want to share that opening as 2023, Alaska and Canada, New England and Europe will be open by the end of May. And then fall of 23 and winter spring of 2024 will be open in the very beginning of September. So again, a lot of advanced deployment. So a lot of things that you can choose from. So we'll want to start off with our Extraordinary Horizons, which is our 2022 World Cruise. There's still availability on this. It's a Los Angeles to Athens. It's 145 days on board the Seabourn Sojourn, and you'll be visiting 5 continents, 28 countries with 20 overnights. So as you can see, the ship is leaving from Los Angeles, hits the Hawaiian Islands, and then is going down through the South Pacific. But really her emphasis is really in Asia. So if you are interested in Asia, I think this is something you really should be looking at. You'll see the gems of Japan, Korea, China, and then you'll be coming down, and then we'll cross over and we'll be back into Egypt, and then we'll be coming up through transiting the Suez Canal with an overnight in Haifa, and then back into Piraeus. And of course, if you can't join us for the entire complement of the World Cruise, there's certainly segments that you can look at. So we have offerings anywhere from 22 to 89 days in length. Also, we're returning to Alaska. We haven't done Alaska and British Columbia now in 2 years. So in 2022, we're very excited to let you know for the first time, we're going to be offering 7-day itineraries. So basically it's going to be a Vancouver to Juneau or Juneau to Vancouver. And again, visiting the inside and Canadian inside passages. And then we'll offer some 10 and 11-day round trips out of Vancouver. So if you have a little bit more time to spend. So regardless of which type of itinerary you take with us, there'll be glacier experiences in all directions and for all lengths of the cruises. And then when the Seabourn Odyssey is finished with her Alaska season, we just recently announced about a month ago, she will then just continue on to her 2022 Grand Voyage. So she will end in Vancouver, and she will be embarking on a 65-day voyage from Vancouver to Sydney, Australia. So she'll be hitting, again, leaving from Vancouver, going down through the Hawaiian Islands, and then crossing the equator. And this really just then meandering through the South Pacific, going from one beautiful Pacific island to another South Pacific island, hitting the conflict islands, and then coming down the coast of Australia into Sydney. And again, opportunities to be doing segments if you want. And of course, you can do back-to-back segments. So you can go as short as 13 days with us. And again, do the entire complement of the 65-day voyage. Also, we are so excited to be returning back to Canada and New England in 2022. I absolutely love this itinerary. So basically what we're going to be offering is a 12-day Montreal to New York, or New York back up to Montreal. 2 great cities on either end, so great to add a pre or a post. So they will be doing this from August all the way through October. In mid-September, on September 22nd, we will be doing a special 12-day round trip Montreal voyage. And again, this will be all Canadian ports, so no New England ports whatsoever. We'll be circumnavigating Newfoundland. And again, Newfoundland, you're almost going to feel like you're in Scotland. So again, a very unique experience. And then we'll be ending with, in October 28th, with our repositioning cruise from Montreal Montreal all the way down the eastern seaboard down to Miami is a 14-day voyage. So of course, we'll have a heavy emphasis of Europe in 2022. So we'll be in Europe between April and November with 4 vessels, the Sojourn, the Quest, the Encore, and the Ovation, with 68 individual voyages. 27 of those destinations are either maiden calls or ports we haven't visited in years. We'll be doing a lot of overnight stays and late night departures. So very quickly, I just wanted to share with you, the Sojourn will be offering the Western Med and going into the French and Italian Riviera focus, offering 10 and 11 night voyages. And we are, for the first time, offering a 7-night Canary Islands, Lisbon to Las Palmas. So something that you might want to consider with us. And then we're going back to Venice. We're so excited about that. We haven't been in Venice in over 5 years doing a round trip season there. So this will be on board the Seabourn Quest. And then we'll be having some longer voyages going also from Venice into Greece and into Malta. And then we'll be ending the season with our infamous Route of the Vikings. This is our transition from going to Dover, bringing the ship back over to North America into Montreal. And we'll be calling on St. Anthony, the site of the largest and oldest Viking settlement in North America. And I've got a lot of Greenland and Iceland on this. So again, this is a very, very popular itinerary for us. And then the Seabourn Ovation will be doing our classic St. Petersburg with 3 days in St. Petersburg. And then of course, we'll be doing our traditional 14-day Norwegian fjords and North Cape sailings as well. And then the Encore will be doing Eastern Mediterranean, embarking out of Athens, Istanbul, Haifa, and Venice. And I do want to point out that we will have 2 round-trip Haifa voyages, with a heavy emphasis for the Holy Lands. So it's an opportunity to extend your stay in Israel and either spend a night in the kibbutz or travel down to Jordan to see Petra. But again, there's endless 7, 14, and 21-day options here for you. And then we move on to our 2023 Grand World Voyage. So again, this is Miami to Barcelona. The departure date is January 6th. And of 2023, it's for 140 days. So as you can see, you depart out of Miami, and then you'll transit the Panama Canal. You'll come down into Lima, Peru, and then a call onto Easter Island, and then across the South Pacific, almost circumnavigating Australia. And then the real emphasis on this voyage is Africa. So if Africa is in your future and you're really looking for a Africa itinerary, this might be voyages that you might be considering, either the full world or segments for us. But as you can see, we're almost circumnavigating Africa. So there's great opportunities for you there. And again, as always, we have segments for you to choose from, as short as 21 days up to an 80-day segment on the World Cruise here. Now, we're also offering the 2023 Grand Voyage, and why I wanted to emphasize January 6th as the departure, because the World Cruise is on the Sojourn, the Grand Cruise is on the Seabourn Quest, and they're both departing out of Miami on January 6th. So the 2 ships will be side by side. There'll be a lot of synergy and energy between the 2, with a lot of unique surprise programming, and we're just very, very excited about this. So the Quest will be doing a round trip Miami for 79 days, completely circumnavigating South America. I absolutely love this itinerary. So we will start in Miami and come down on the west side of South America. But what I love about it, you get a complete Antarctica experience, including 2 nights in South Georgia, and then going over to the Falkland Islands, coming up, calling on Buenos Aires, coming all the way up to Rio de Janeiro, and then again, getting a complete Amazon experience where we'll be sailing the Amazon River, going into Manaus, and then coming back up, hitting some Caribbean islands, and ending and returning to Miami, Florida. So again, very, very exciting. And for our guests that take the full Grand World Cruise and book by April of 2022, we're including first class air and lots of great extra amenities. So again, as always, there's segmented opportunities here. So if you just want to do the Antarctica or the Amazon component, or just look at some of the great cities, throughout South America. Again, anywhere from 25 to 79 days for the full complement of this cruise. So really, I wanted to share with you our Seabourn Book with Confidence. So this is for Book with Confidence. This is a policy that is valid for new bookings that you make through May 31st of this year that sail before December 31st of 2021. You can cancel up to 30 days prior to your sailing and receive 100% future cruise credit of any monies paid to Seabourn and currently within cancellation fees. So again, if you're thinking if you want to go to Greece with us and then you have some kind of a trepidation somewhere along the line, don't want to go, you still have that opportunity to be able to take advantage of our Book with Confidence. So again, the future cruise credits that we would be issuing would be valid for voyages up through the end of December 31 of 2022. We also are still offering our best fare guarantee. So again, for guests that are booked by June 30th of this year, if you see a better public fare offering by Seabourn, you can request compensation through your Bon Voyage travel advisor, and we will give you compensation on if you come and request it, again, as I say, via a shipboard credit, a suite upgrade, or a fare refund. And again, we will make you whole. So again, you don't have to be worrying or concerned that maybe the prices might be dropping. If anything, I foresee pricing really going up. So we really encourage you to book early. This, I think, is one of the best promotions we have in the marketplace. We've had it for a while now. It's if you buy a cruise now and you pay in full by June 30th of this year, for voyages that start July 15th, so that will be including our Greece itineraries all the way up through 2023, you'll be able to earn a 10% savings off of your cruise fare. So again, it'll be a fabulous opportunity for you.